My team uses React, and we use a lot of new and experimental features that the React team is building. Facebook.com is like a demonstration of all the new and cool features that React engineers are working on. So when we rewrote the website, we were actually using a lot of like unreleased features and kind of experimenting with a lot of new things that the React team was building, which was really cool to kind of use it first. My name is Katie, and I'm a software engineer on the React Apps team at Meta, and we work on building a variety of new features for Facebook.com. There are plenty of React-based apps that you've probably used before. Facebook and Instagram are two examples, but Netflix, Airbnb, New York Times, and a variety of other companies also use React for their websites as well, so you've likely encountered it before. These websites that tend to have really interactive UIs are more likely to be using something like React. So Facebook.com had become really not performant and not modern looking after like the 10 or so years that we had been using it. We had squeezed all of the performance wins that we could out of Facebook.com. So really the only option at that point was to rewrite it on a different stack that was going to be a lot faster and a lot easier to build on. Basically, there was a need for having a really fast and responsive UI, and React fills all of those needs. So this was like kind of like a shift in thinking differently about how we build on web. We actually rewrote our website a couple years ago to be completely React. And so every engineer who's writing for Facebook.com at Meta is pretty much using React. I was there for like the middle of it to finally launching it. So it was cool that like a little bit of it was already written and we were getting prepared to show it to like real users. I think like 40 engineers on our team were all working on building out this MVP of the redesigned Facebook.com. And we would work with a variety of product teams to get them to also rewrite their product on our new stack as well. It was a really big effort, and it was also a really big risk. Not all the teams that we talked to thought that we could ship this new version of Facebook.com. So we really had to prove that it was faster. It obviously looked more modern, but we had to prove that it would really help these product teams deliver the best version of their product that they could on web. So React is open source, meaning that anyone can contribute to it. And those engineers are working full-time on React. But we also have developers who aren't at Meta who are also contributing to React. And that means that there's a really strong community around React. And a lot of people are really excited to build on it and make improvements to it. So if you ever have any questions or you have an idea about a certain feature or optimization or improvement, there's really like a great opportunity to actually contribute to the React library itself. So there's a React team at Meta, and this team is comprised of engineers who are working on React full-time, but there's also a group of developers outside of Meta who are contributing to React as well. I think the open source part of it is really cool just because there's such a community around React. It's constantly being updated and maintained, and there's always going to be someone available to like answer questions or to update documentation. It's very current. If you're using React for the first time, definitely take a look at our documentation. There are a lot of conversations being had about React online, and we actually have a React conference every year where we talk about new features with React, and you can just connect with a lot of React developers. So there are plenty of opportunities to get involved in the React community, and I think it makes building with React even more rewarding if you kind of connect with the community as well.